Guys, I'm back February the 15th at the Hilton Hotel in Liverpool. The best property education in the entire country. Property Circle, we are coming, whether you are new to property, whether you are experienced in property, you will receive the latest up-to-date information, and whatever strategy you are thinking of doing, I will break it down, simplify it, and I will help you to achieve your dreams. I am the person who can give you the correct education in order for you guys to live the life that you want to live. £10 a ticket, do not miss this event. So when we bought this, we had a 56-day completion. 90% of deal sources are horrendous. There's only that 10% that are awesome. So far, so good. What a great start to the day. That's obviously wallpaper, that's not pattern brick. Lamborghini giveaway, this is the winner. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's just annoying these little final touches.
Yeah.
You've got to get everything right. And we've only got 2 guys here, so that's why it's taking a while.
Really nice. Impressive. Love that. See the contrasting colours? Love that. So the contrasting colours. I've got different colour trainers on today because it's raining. I do have white trainers in the car, but and then we have all this to do as well. But wow, the inside of this. Guys, what do you actually think of the contrast of the colours? What's your thoughts, Kevin? You like it?
Yeah, smart.
And then you got this type of splashback. If you look here, guys, look at this. Love that. This just looks sensational. So, right, this property we bought just before Christmas. We bought it from auction. It was an I am sold property, and I bought it on a bridging loan at 0.85 or 83%, I believe. We have had the bridging loan now for 3 months, which is February, 3rd month. No, that's not right. We got the keys on the 18th of December. So 8th of January. Oh, we've had the bridging loan for 2 months coming up in this month, and these guys are handing me the keys back from start to finish this week, maybe. It's like this weekend, maybe, because we're here to finishing touches. You just heard them say. So when we bought this, we had a 56-day completion. That's what it was. But we know that some auctions are 28 days. So you have to make sure that you have an unbelievable mortgage broker. You have to make sure that part of your power team is a mortgage broker. Down below, guys, I've got free documents about Power Team. If you click the link below, it's the only one there today, free documents. So click that link and get what a Power Team is, from your mortgage broker to your solicitor to your accountant, structural engineer, etc, etc. There's a complete breakdown in a free document I'm giving away. But having a mortgage broker on your Power Team is key. When you've got a great mortgage broker, they can arrange the finance in a very, very short period of time. And then it goes over to your solicitors. And once your solicitor's got it, you need to make sure you've got the best solicitor, because that time period of 28 days is not as long as you think. Most auction properties though do have searches done, they're already on file, so that's one less headache for your solicitor, but some they're not. So then you have to expedite the searches. You have to make sure that your solicitor can work as hard as your mortgage broker in order to complete in that short time frame that needs to be done. So 2 months on a bridging loan. This will be turned into a buy-to-let next week, and then the bridging loan I've used for it will be 3 months. 3 payments and we're done. You probably remember I was here 2 days ago, and I was on site, and the carpet fitters was here, wasn't they?
Yep.
The carpet fitters was here. The carpet was laid out everywhere. It is now fully fitted. All bedrooms, landing, down the stairs. We can kind of see the bathroom as well now, so if you go in the bathroom you can get a really good picture of the bathroom, but it looks good, it looks very good.
You know, with carpets, when do you normally pick, like, when you decide to use it for each property, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you probably all remember grey was the big thing with carpets. I'm looking at my team here. Grey, so I'm just not a fan of them. Don't like grey carpets at all. Completely gone off grey. So I like this colour, like the cream, the beige colours. Now I know they're going to get ruined if this goes out, whether it's a rental or supported or social or assisted, whatever it's going to get ruined. But you know, when it comes to refinancing, I'm going to get great money. It has more of the wow factor. People don't take into account the wow factor when it comes to evaluation. They don't get it. People have not done enough of them. People on social media are telling you, oh, it doesn't matter about having grey carpet or beige carpet or black carpet. I'm telling you, after doing hundreds of refinances, yes, it does matter. It plays a big part. I actually asked the question to valuation officers. The wow factor is a massive part of getting that value you need to get it at. So carpets, I like light colours, and I make the decision literally right from the beginning when I write out the specification sheet. This is the first time I've used this skirting board. Massive fan of this skirting board, and it matches the architrave, like I always say, match the architrave stuff. These guys are awesome. Again, another set of contractors that are just absolutely exceptional. Can you put that light on so I can see what the spotlights are like, please? Are they working? The electric on? Nice, very nice. Like it? Yeah, so far, so good. What a great start to the day.
Ayush asked you a question.
Yeah, so Ayush said to me, Ste, what's going to happen with all of these gaps up here, all of these gaps down here? And obviously I asked the contractors when they're going to go and, well, when they're going to go and fill it and caulk it and stuff, and they actually surprised me. So my personal house that I live in, and all my personal houses that me and Isabella live in, we have something called a mastic man. Now a mastic man is somebody who comes round and finishes all these things off. These guys, my contractors here, they actually get a mastic man from outside to come in and finish it at the last second. Now, I've not seen many contractors have an outsourced mastic man. It's usually one of the team that goes around and does the caulking and the filling. Impressed, because I have one. Now, a mastic man, there's two different types. You've got one who's on your team, and then you've got one who just, his speciality is doing that. The one that done my house, my personal house, the one I live in now, we actually got him from Essex. Was it Essex? I'm sure he was from Essex actually. And he came down for 4 hours. They charge an absolute fortune, by the way. But they come with cases of colours. And then they match the colours up. And it's like a proper show, like a proper specialist who takes pride in their work. And they make all of these things finish. Now, that's a very simple white. But then when you've got cream tiles, grey tiles, brown tiles, whatever colour, they have to match it to make it all work. So they go around all your toilets, all your sinks. When you've got tiles on the floor in the kitchen up to your skirting board, they can seal it there. Mastics are awesome, and the finish that it gives, incredible. So when we come back here next week, if the mastic person's been, we'll do it. And when I said mastic man, guys, there can also be mastic women as well. So it's not like I'm just saying mastic man just to be whatever the fuck is going on in the world today. If you want to be a mastic cat or a mastic dog, you can be as well. But as long as you can do it correctly, I don't give a shit. Back on site, it's invoice day today. Dan has already been around 5 projects in the Midlands. I've come to the 2 closest to my office on the way in. Met Phil, met the boys. Just having a look around, you can clearly see that down here is kind of where it was the other day when we was here, because we were waiting for the worktops to be delivered. I thought there was on site, but there wasn't. I'm in this property today, and it's another good property. Made some good money on it again. Hopefully make even greater money than what I want to make on it. I know we've made good money because we purchased it at the right price. Now, if you're new to the property world, guys, and when I say new, I'm on about at the beginning of your journey, there's a few things that you need to just make sure that you pay attention to. So one, it's always good to use deal sources. Always good to use deal sources to find your projects. It saves time, it saves a lot of stuff for people who, well, time is obviously number one, and there is a cost to it. But unfortunately, the deal sourcing community have some real bad eggs in it. 90% of deal sources are horrendous. There's only that 10% that are awesome. All my projects are bought through deal sources. I told you yesterday on the daily, 90% of what I buy is through deal sources. The rest is through auction, and I get the odd estate agent who always message me with great deals because I've built great relationships. You need to make sure you watch out for bad deal sources if you're new. You've got to make sure. Pay attention, get it checked by someone like me or somebody else in the industry who's very intelligent and understands where prices should be at and stuff like that. Okay, that's the first thing. Secondly, you want to make sure that you pick the correct contractors. Now, a lot of people rush, a lot of people want to get in, they want to get started. Obviously, if you've got bridging loans, if you've got investor finance, of course, you want to get things done. But you don't want to rush and pick the wrong contractors because you'll have to pay twice. And in my journey, I've done that many times where we've had contractors and then we've had to redo works, or there's been a falling out and you've had to get contractors in again. So my advice to you guys is don't rush with the contractors. Get some background checks done on them. Make sure you stage the payment so no one's ever in front or behind. Be on site like this, get a project manager to manage it for you, make sure everything's done how it needs to be done. Another mistake, don't let your heart rule your head when it comes to a project, because you can overspend on things that are not necessary, and it's a very, very important part. And when I say it's a business, so rule with figures and facts, not emotion. Emotion in your personal home, yes, all day long, because you want it to be how you want it to be. But you need to know what your end user is and what your exit strategies are. And once you know what your end user is, you can spec the property to that. Once you know what your exit strategies are, you know whether you need to spend a little bit more to get the BRRR or to get that flip. If it's a straightforward buy to let, you know for a fact that your extra £5 is only going to get you an extra 30, 40, 50 pound. So you can understand which way to go. As a newbie into the property world, you have to make sure that you understand spotlights, knocking out chimney breasts, removing walls, structural engineers, architects. They all come at a cost. Now, I've paid probably, I reckon, £1,000 for this. So this island has cost me, what, £1,000 extra for, I don't even know, it might not even be £1,000 actually, I think I've exaggerated that. But yeah, there's an extra cost for something like this. Do you need it? Is it necessary in what you're trying to do? Does it add the value it needs to add in order for you to get that extra markup? It's just like a loft conversion being done into 2 bedrooms in some areas will cost you £35,000, £40,000, but that might only add £35,000 to £40,000 onto the value of the property. So not only have you wasted 3 months of your life doing it, you've actually not made any profit from doing it. So you need to make sure that everything you do as a newbie adds value. Time is super important because obviously time is money. It's a big saying, everybody knows that. And you just need to pay attention to the basics first. And as a newbie, joint venture with people, do a simple 2, 3, 4 bedroom back to brick or a conversion or something. Well, that's not simple. So conversion is not actually simple, but it'll give you more of an experience if you're doing it with the right people. But pay attention to what you're doing. Join the right networks, get the right education, make sure your money's being spent correctly, make sure you're not overdeveloping, make sure you're not letting your heart rule your head, make sure you've got contractors in place, make sure you understand stage payments, know what the end user is, get your exit strategies right, and just pay attention to the people who actually do this and not the people who say they do it. That's the key. Someone sent me a deal the other day. 95 grand purchase price, £20,000 refurb, 220 grand in value. And I just literally texted him back saying, thank you for sending it. I've got to the point now where I was like, thank you for sending it to me, but it's not for me. Because I don't even want the conversations with them. And I used to like conversate. I used to be like, that don't make sense, or you've not got the right education. I used to have conversations. Now I don't even reply to them now. Because you can't change their minds. They're like, no, I can make 100 grand on this 90 grand property.
So you want it packaged up, don't you? Or the deep in, then you
No, I don't want to speak to that person.
No.
Because if they think you can spend 90,000 or 85 and then 20 and make 100k,
oh yeah.
there's no point having a conversation with them because it doesn't really exist in the world. You can get lucky and get something now and again, like a unicorn, where someone's saying, listen, Ste, I want 100 grand for that house today, it's worth 150, but I need the money now. They do happen, but not every day in the real world. If you're a deal sourcer with no credibility and you've got no social media, you ain't getting people sending you deals where you're going to double your money. So setting your expectations and your reality, that's what will make you go very far in this industry. It's when you're chasing that dream of, I'm going to double people's money. It doesn't exist. But just keep listening to these guys, keep following what they're doing. Being around's the key. Being around, like getting involved. Sitting at your computer at home doesn't get you very far. So like when we have days here in the offices, be in the offices so you can be around people. When they have days out, I think you're in Nottingham and Derby in the next couple of weeks.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Yeah, I didn't even know that. Even going around, just listening to what they say to agents and how they speak to agents, it's really important.
Busy office today.
Yeah, so in there, that's the deal sourcing division. We have like open days at the offices, and I always let people come in and we sit down. I've just been having a good conversation with them, giving them some tips, some tricks, some information, some helping them becoming the best deal sources that they can be. And I think it's good that they just get to be around an office environment like this. They get to see the level, because most of them was like, oh my God, see, we didn't know your offices were this incredible. So that's really cool, because inspiration, aspiration. Look at my screen, guys. Look at my screen. I love this thing. I really do love this screen. Don't really like him very much, but love this screen. So yes, that's my deal sourcing division. I'm shooting a couple of updates with this guy right now. I am also having to go through some stuff with him for the architects, because we're having a bit of a miscommunication. Our contractor who completed one of our latest refurbs has done it to a super high standard, and I know that they took all the pictures to get it signed off by the building inspector, because I remember the conversations, and obviously I trust with what he's told me, but the building inspector is saying that he hasn't received anything, so we're struggling here a little bit. But we'll figure it out, it's not an issue. And
Got a giveaway later.
the giveaway's huge. The giveaway is huge. You get to spend a day with me going around my sites. We're going around in the Lamborghini Urus, or Urus from what people are telling me. I pronounce it incorrectly. What a price. What a fantastic prize that's going to be. Oh my God, that's me. Life-size Ste.
Recreate the pose, go on. Twins.
Imagine if there was two of me. Dangerous. Plus, there's only one of me at the minute. So I figure out how to buy another me. One way or another, they will create another me somewhere. Maybe Mini Cruise is the new improved Ste Point 2. So, me looking at this now, this is what I'm looking at first and foremost. One, the pebble dash is a problem because that's expensive, which means that you can paint over it, but it'll look horrendous, so it won't give a decent finish. It's got a lot of effort and work to go into remove pebble dash. So what you have to, if you imagine this, guys, when you've got like a cladding like that on the front of your house, you've got to imagine the manpower and the hours that it's going to take to remove that to get it back to whatever you want to do to the property. It's never going to have a wow factor or a really cool finish with that on, ever. Then you've got the roof, which obviously is just one big roof on all houses. That just, you imagine cleaning that roof, how different your house will stand out just by having the roof cleaned. Doesn't look like there's any issues with the roof. It looks like next door's got new downpipes, whereas there's nothing there. There's not, that just looks horrendous. So that needs fixing, so that's the first thing. Can't tell anything by the windows. Front garden doesn't look great, and can't really see anything else there at the minute, so we go into it. That just screams expensive to me. I'm cutting the garden off there, and I'm doing whatever I need to do there, and then I'm just putting a gate there for that, because that's just untold amounts of money that you don't really need to get into. Yeah, so looking at that house, it looks like it needs new windows and doors, just by looking at the age of it. It's going to need fascias and guttering and downpipes. Fence panels look like they could do with a bit of sprucing up. You might be able to get away painting them, but it doesn't look the greatest there. Yeah, garden, you could easily throw £5 at that garden, very, very easily. The roof again still looks okay from what I can see there, but I don't like that pebble dashing stuff. This is obviously a video. Into the bathroom. Okay, well that looks quite new. I don't like the fact they've only told part of it though, but it still looks okay, to be completely honest. Front room, that's obviously wallpaper, that's not back to brick. Just letting everybody know in case somebody thinks that's a back to brick. It doesn't look too bad actually. Walls look like they're all okay. Obviously the fireplace is old, that could do with being removed. And then obviously flooring and just normal decorations in there. Now this looks a bit more like, okay, what's going on? So is that the kitchen?
Yeah.
There was supposed to be plastered, didn't it?
So that
ain't plastered.
I think that leads out to the back, but then there's two doors. So there's the
Yeah.
auxiliary door at the front, and then there's two doors to the rear as well.
Yeah, so that looks like the kitchen obviously needs replacing, guys, and it doesn't look the greatest. I don't actually know what's going on here. Was there a leak? Was there a leak from upstairs and they tried to fix the leak? That's obviously where the extractor fan sat. Yes, that's a new kitchen that's needed there. You can see that. Bedrooms, see the radiators? Central heating's going to need upgrading. But the walls don't look awful. State of that radiator and the pipes, that's really bad, that is. I'm not seeing anything to do with a rewire at the minute because all the electrics seem like they're okay there. Carpentry, I don't think that's got anything to do with mould or damp. I just think that's not clean. So you've got purchase price at 130 here in Rugby. So what numbers have you got on it?
As a refurb.
Everything, end value,
So
refurb.
I am shocking at the refurb, so there's parts that I've missed.
Yeah.
But at the moment, the stuff that I've got to is 35. At the
Okay,
moment.
you're around the right price anyway.
Okay.
You're around the right price depending on the level that you're going to, but at least you're not in at like 8-9 grand thinking, you know, so you're on the right tracks. That's the first and foremost, that's the most important part. What end value do you have for this?
So I've only spoke to one valuation officer at the moment for value. But
Did you speak to the valuation officer at the estate agents?
Yeah.
That's good. Well done.
So he said anywhere between 200 to 210, and then the
Yeah.
comparables match up to that with it being 200 and 210.
Okay, yeah.
So
So 200 is where it's going to be about in today's market, I think. And I think the refurb could come in upon this at least 40s. You know, you're there and thereabouts. So if you can secure this house for about 110, 115, you've got a decent property there, to be fair. But at 130, doesn't work. So put the refurb on that. If you base the refurb at 45k, put it at 45k, purchase price at 115, then that'll take you up to like the 165, 170. There's £30,000 profit in that house, and if you can get it any cheaper than that, you're doing really well.
Got an opportunity to ask all the questions that I've been thinking about that I haven't actually kind of been able to see these guys and talk to them about, so yeah, it's been really useful.
Oh, brilliant, really relaxing, very informative, and meeting some great people and just networking and sharing ideas.
Yeah, it was a good day. Ran through 2 deals with Kev and Jay, you know, really broke down the comparables, managed to break down 2 deals with Ste, so learned a lot, and yeah, that's what it's all about.
Lamborghini giveaway, as in not giving away my Lamborghini, but the day out with me around my development. The team has put everyone's name into a system, they've drawn it. I've just come back to the office from my meeting, and this is the winner. Jess Cleary 2831. Now, if I'm right, and I'm not sure I am, I'm sure we had a girl on stage called Jess at one of our latest events at West Bromwich Albion. Don't know her surname. Maybe, I don't know. Coincidence if it is, because she actually got up and spoke. I've never met her in my entire life. She did videography and social media content for people who are in the property world. Might not be the same person, but if that is you, there you go, you've won. My team will be in contact once you send me a DM. And can you send me a DM? If it's not on Instagram, you might not have me on Instagram. Guys, if you watch this on YouTube, whoever it is, I don't know, message us one way or another and we will get in contact with you to arrange the day. Because it's so cool and my team think the prize is absolutely exceptional, I'm putting another one on my Instagram tonight. Same day as this person, you can come with this person, so 2 of you can come on that day. Go over to my Instagram now, look at the reel that I've put on today, comment Lamborghini underneath. I will do a draw on Monday morning for you and you can be joining. I'm ending the daily now because I'm going home. I'm going to the gym. I've got payments to make. I've got meetings to have with this guy and all I want to do is go home. Yeah, have a great weekend. 2 videos out this weekend as usual. We're on day what, 180 something?
180.
180 days, guys. That's 365 days in a year. When we get to 182 and a half, we are halfway through a whole year of dailies. You ever seen anything like this before? You ever seen anybody do this before? No, me neither.